Welcome to Certified Delulu episode 8. And I hate doing this part and because every single time I've said this in every single episode, either Spanish or English. I hate doing this
Okay.
beginning part because it's like my friend is like looking at me like smiling, always like so proud, and I'm like, it's like so I don't know. I feel embarrassed, but I am so excited. This friend that I have today here, I'm just so happy she said yes because it's like really hard. She lives really far away. The time difference is insane, but I'm just so happy she's here. Welcome, Zoe Lau.
Hi!
She's
Oh
an
my gosh,
actor.
I'm finally here.
She's an
Episode
actor.
8, apparently.
You what?
I'm on episode 8, yay!
Episode 8, which feels insane. It's like so
Right?
crazy, and I'm having the best time. And I, when I started planning this, I just wrote down a list of the people that I wanted to have at least on this
Mhm.
first season.
Right.
And I remember like since minute one, like there were two friends that I met in New York years ago. That feels like so long ago. And I'm like, I need to have Zoe and the other friend that I'm not gonna say her name right now, but
Right.
because she's like later on in the podcast. But yeah, Zoe is like an actor, like one of the most like hardworking people that I've met in my life. Like she's always working, doing stuff, and you're such an inspiration. I hope you know that, and I love you so much, and I'm so grateful you're here.
Oh, thank you so much. And guess what? You're my inspiration because you're actually the hardworking one. No, honestly, I mean, since meeting Christina's like years
So
ago, as she said, really, it really has been years ago. And I feel like the day that I don't know, to be honest, I kind of forgot how we actually
I
met.
remember, I remember the
As,
first
as
time I
in,
met you, like saw you in school.
really, I don't know why that image of us meeting, I don't have it very clear,
Uh-huh.
but I just always remember that we somehow take the same train back home.
Yeah.
Like we take the same line, we take the same
Well,
train,
because
and
I
then
used
we're
to
like,
live in Queens and you were living in Queens
exactly.
as
So
well.
that's why like we would commute kind of together a little
Yeah.
bit and then we would chat a little bit. Like that was my memory of like, oh, Christina, the girl who like, kind of goes home with me with like
Yeah.
the with the commute. And then I was
That
like,
feels
but
so
somehow it
vulnerable.
just clicked. Yeah, and it somehow it just clicked.
Yeah.
Like I was that's how I don't know. Please remind me how what was the first it's
I,
crazy, but I don't know why that disappeared from my mind.
well, you were at the school. We went to Strasbourg together, and but you were there way before me. I think you were like maybe 2 or 3 semesters ahead. I think, right?
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I think so.
so I remember like I would, and I'm still, people are like, you're not shy. I'm like, I am actually very shy. If I don't know the people or the crowd, like I'm very, very shy and very awkward. But so in school, especially, I was 19 when I started at Strasbourg. So it was like my
Baby.
I
Oh,
was a
baby.
baby. Like I remember, and I was talking about this with Jose the other day. He was like asking me, like, "Oh, how old were you when you went to Strasbourg?" I'm like, "I was 19," and I
Yeah.
do remember, Bruce, the teacher, saying like, "I think right now you and Daniel are the two like babies in the group."
Babies.
We were
Yeah,
like
you guys were
babies.
the babies.
We were babies, and I was so scared of everyone, and my accent was so thick, like I was terrified to go on stage all the time.
No.
It was just so hard for me, and people were so nice to me in general, but it was hard for me to just go in a classroom and be like, "Hi, what's your name? I'm Christina." Like I'm like, "Oh, I don't know these people." But I
Yeah.
do remember the first time I saw you was in our tap class. We took Jeffrey's
Oh.
class. I my first semester, I'm like, I don't know what to take. And the good thing about Strasbourg, you kind of like have the option of choosing your classes.
Right, right,
So
right.
of course, my first semester was like ballet, and I'm gonna do this. Like I wanted to be, and then I realized, I'm so sorry, I did not like ballet. I was so bad at it.
Oh.
I did not like it. I have, as you know, no patience. So it was too slow for me. I'm like, I can't do this.
Right.
And someone, I can remember who it was, said, you should take, because you have to take a movement class. Why don't you take tap?
Right.
Jeffrey is amazing. The teacher is amazing.
He's amazing.
And like tap is like fast paced. You don't have time to think. So it might be good for you. And I'm like, okay.
Right.
And I loved it. I was obsessed with it. So I
Yeah.
remember there were three people that had been taking the class for a few semesters, I guess, or like one or two, I don't know.
Yeah.
and he would always put those people like show the new kids in a really nice like sweet way, like it wasn't like
Right.
showing off. It was just like, okay, you guys go first so the new people can
Mhm.
kind of like follow, and you were one of the people that have been there for a
Oh
while. Like you guys
my.
were like two other girls, I can't remember who they were actually.
Oh my
I don't know if
goodness.
I'm feeling, but she graduated with me, so I'm
I
not sure.
don't I don't remember who either. Oh, is it?
Veronica? Was it a Veronica? I can feel it was Veronica, but
Oh,
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's because I was talking to her the other day, so now that's the name that comes to
oh.
my mind.
I
But
wonder if it's Thaisa.
no, because Thaisa started with me.
Oh, okay.
Thaisa and I were on the
Okay.
same. Well, actually, now I'm not sure because I'm confused. Because some people would skip a semester, and then if you skip
True.
the semester, like I know I graduated with people that started before me because I didn't skip summer. So
Yeah.
so maybe it was Theresa. No, maybe she was. I think she started with me, but I'm not sure. But I do remember like, okay, so these people are gonna show you kind of like how it goes.
Right.
And then I remember like looking at him like, oh my God, she's like so beautiful. Like it's insane. Like she looks like
Oh,
a model. Like I was
stop.
obsessed with you. Like you look like a
No.
model. But then you were
What?
so sweet to me. Like you
Oh,
came and you say hi. Like I guess you realized that I looked like terrified
no.
being
Were
there.
you? Maybe I did. That's why.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I was like, help. It was really hard. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, like in this podcast, like at least in the first half. It was just like
Right.
starting in New York, like going to school together,
Yeah.
just going to school in general, because any of the people that I've had in my podcast, I went to school with. So this is like a
Yeah.
very exciting. A lot of people ask me about how did you feel like going to Strasbourg and like,
Yeah.
living in New York when you were 19.
Yeah.
And it was a big change. I don't know, like, was it a big change for you? Because you went to school in London as well, right?
Yes, so I did
You did
another
Edinburgh.
like an acting program at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. So it was a diploma program. It's like a 1 year program. That was like a kind of like a side program that they have,
Mhm.
and it was so different. So the training was so all-rounded. You don't have a choice, not like
Mhm.
Strasbourg. So Strasbourg, like you mentioned, how you can pick, like you
Yeah.
have to, just as long as you match like a method acting class, you need to
Mhm.
check off that. You need to check off movement, stuff like that. But in London, that training at Royal Central School of Speech and Drama, you have to do everything. Like the curriculum is set.
Got it.
And and honestly, I love both trainings, and the one in London is also very special for me because you really have to do, let's say, voice training.
Hmm.
And literally the whole class have to go through that voice training,
Hmm.
and it's so useful. Um because and then anyway, and then you have to do movement, and you have acting.
Wow.
So, and you have, let's say, script analysis. So you really have, because they're basically everything that you need to do
Right.
before you go on into a performance, or even
Right.
as a warm up. You
Hmm.
actually should have all those skills already. You should have, warmed up those parts of your bodies or your voice, every single thing. And it was, to me, that side of the training in London was so valuable
Hmm.
because obviously the method is very different. The skills that I picked up was very different as well. Even for voice training,
Right.
it was like, obviously, we took singing classes in Strasbourg. The singing classes are different too, right? It's really about the singing part, but the voice lessons in London, it's really also about your vocal
I
and
love
how to
that.
really warm up, like, because sometimes your character might talk like
Yeah.
this, you never
Right.
know, right?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe you have to become someone um more cheery, or you
You know
have
how to
different
train, like it's
moods
that
as
your
well.
voice is like a very important tool when you're an actor. So like getting to know how to train it and use it, it's like very important.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I really enjoyed my my training there. It's
Hmm.
just a little bit, I don't know if I should say it. I mean, sure, why not? Like, why not share this?
Yeah,
But
no.
um I had a very unpleasant experience though. Apart from all the
In
great
over
training
there.
in London,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know we're skipping, I know we're jumping a
I
little bit.
know,
I know we're talking about.
girl, every single episode, I'm like,
And
so we're gonna talk about this, and then we talk about like 10 million things. So that's totally fine. No, but what
I know.
happened? If you're
But
like,
one thing that, yeah, that was so unpleasant for me was that in London, so I did a short course before I did the diploma. So
okay,
I met, so it was the same teacher, like
okay,
it was the same lead teacher. So we have like one like lead teacher, and then obviously you follow different teachers for different subjects. But
oh wow,
that
okay,
lead teacher I met through a short course before.
uh-huh,
So I technically met him before the other kids, like the other students in my class did.
okay,
Um, I'm not gonna name drop,
of
but
course,
anyway,
no.
the teacher, so like I said, I technically knew the teacher a little bit longer than the other
Mhm.
people, and it was the end, almost the end of our diploma. So we're preparing for our performance. We have a final performance,
And you were there for
and
how long?
everyone's,
Sorry,
so that program is a year.
a year. Okay, got it.
So let's just say, I've been there for almost a year, right?
Hmm.
And then um, we're preparing stuff, and the
I'm
teacher
scared.
was like, "Oh, Chloe or something." He called me by another name. We do have, I think it was Chloe, like, and we do have another, like, or I forgot her name, but it's probably not even Chloe. It's something else. Let's just give her, let's just call her Chloe for now.
Chloe.
But um, he called me Chloe, which is another Asian student, Chinese student to be specific, another Chinese student in the class.
Oh no.
I didn't respond. I knew he was looking at me though.
You're like, you
Um,
better tell my
the whole class went silent,
Oh
and
no.
then someone said, "That's Zoe." And then he was blushing. It was like crazy. He's, "Oh, yeah, oh, of course. I meant Zoe. I'm so sorry." And then I thought, okay, you know,
It
I guess
happened.
that
Yeah, I
happened.
think
It
that.
happened. Exactly.
Yeah.
It happened. And then, fine, someone stood up for me, I guess, by saying, "Oh, that's not, that's her, Zoe's her name." And then whatever, I was like, okay, I think it's just, it happened.
Right.
Let it go. I tried to let it go. And then obviously the next
Oh
week came, and then
no.
he did the exact same.
No!
I know, it was very interesting.
It,
Obviously, I'm laughing. Obviously, at that moment, it really
upset.
bothered
Of
me. Yeah, it
course.
bothered me. I was upset, and I could feel his embarrassment, because I don't know if I should be, when you're like
Yeah.
at that moment, you also wonder if, like, should I be embarrassed too? Like, I
Right.
don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know how, like, I couldn't understand what I was feeling, I guess.
Yeah.
And that happened
You're also like
again.
younger.
Exactly. So anyway, it happened again. He said this wrong name, and then immediately someone stepped in and also
That
said, "That is Zoe."
at that point
And
people were
then,
annoyed too, I'm guessing. Like that's not
exactly, I think at that point everyone's like, "Yo, there. This is the second time in a row. Like, come
yeah.
on." So I mean, so to me, my impression of that teacher just completely
Of
changed.
course.
Like, I felt like I thought I knew you a little longer than the rest of them, and that
Yeah, that's
happened. And
actually pretty insane. If you tell me that happens like the first few weeks that he's trying to get to know everyone and learning everyone's name, I get it. But like after a year and also that you because you met him before that year, like that's insane.
yeah, how sad.
I'm I'm sorry. I guess we all have like like teachers that are like I mean at least okay, that's actually like did you ever had a teacher like either in London or New York or like Hong Kong like somewhere that more than the name maybe like I don't know like you didn't like the way he treated you by any like I'm not gonna drop names but I know if anyone listens to this that it's from Strasbourg they're like Christina you need to get over it because I was pretty traumatized. I was actually pretty traumatized.
Wait, wait,
Well
was
you
it
know well I think you love that teacher, everyone loves that teacher.
oh, wait, tell me though. Okay, okay, let's share your story now. Now that I've shared one,
No,
it's
but
your turn to
no,
share.
no, no. But like, I also think maybe. right now at this point in my life if I was going to school. And a lot of
Right.
people, when I went to Strasbourg, a lot of people were like on their like late 20s or mid 20s or like even early 30s. I was 19, so
Yeah.
I was already, I think, young and immature. And also, it was really hard. Like it was my first time like living by myself. My family was like far away.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of things. I think it didn't help that one of the first teachers that I got was very tough. And I mean, to something that you were mentioning about like going to school with a like a very specific curriculum that doesn't change. I kind of
Hmm.
prefer that, to be honest. I feel like you learn more when things don't change that much or when you don't have the option to change them that much because you get
Yeah.
to study and like I don't know, get the grasp of it. But the thing with Strasbourg, what I did, I think the first 2 semesters, I was like, okay, I get to pick whatever I want. And then
Yeah.
once I realized, oh, this is a teacher I like for method, this is a teacher I like for voice, this is a teacher I like for movement. Like you said, you had to pick like a certain amount of hours for voice
Yeah.
movement and acting. And then I think you had like extra classes you could take. And when I
Yeah.
realized I like musical theater, like I like the audition class, like with like look like
Right.
those kinds of things, great, worked for me. But then I kind of like stick to the same group of teachers that I knew were good for me and were helping me and challenging me. But when you start there, you really don't know the teachers. I didn't know anyone's names. Like I
Yeah.
was just
Sure.
picking the ones that worked for my schedule, right?
Yeah.
The more you got into it, you're like, okay, so this teacher is great. And then you get to know people in the school that can tell you if you like this type of teaching, you go
Yeah.
this way. So the one of the ones that I picked was like method acting classes were 4 hours long, right? So
Yeah.
the one I picked was like 9 to 1.
Right.
Which in my head, I'm like, okay, this is great on a Friday. So then I heard that that teacher was actually kind of mad. This is like a very old teacher, so I get it, okay? I respect that part. Apparently, somebody told me, I don't know if she works there anymore, Patricia, who was like in charge of the like the office. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember.
I think she just retired actually,
She
but
did. I love her. She was like, she was so sweet to be always, and she saw me crying a lot of times. So she was like, okay, so just so you know, this teacher is like not very happy about his schedule. So I think they changed his schedule to the morning on that day, and he didn't
oh,
have it before. So he already hated the class because of the time.
right,
So that didn't help.
right.
But then you also go to like a class where when I realized that everyone had friends already because everyone had
Mhm.
been there for a long time. So again, I'm shy, but 19-year-old Christina, even worse. Like I was so self-conscious of my English and
Mm,
everything. So it was really hard for me to just talk to people. And a lot of them were graduating or a semester or two about to graduate. So like they were
right,
pretty advanced, right?
right.
Um, and I did acting in Venezuela, but it's completely different and also a different language. So I remember, so a lot of the classes for method, like you would just go, who wants to do a scene? And you would go. With this teacher, you
Yeah,
basically have to write your name. Like he had a list and only 2 scenes would go up every week, which, my respect because he wanted to have enough time to work with
yeah, yeah, yeah.
people.
Which
So
is fair.
so fair. So I was like, okay, this is great. So as soon as I saw him, I'm like, I am terrified of this person. Like he looked like, a method acting teacher out of a movie, like very serious. But people loved him. Like all the kids, oh, not the kids, like all the people in the class were like, oh my God, he's amazing. Like you don't even know. Like he's great. I'm like,
Right.
so of course I wanted to like, I don't know, give a good impression
Yeah.
and I remember the first class, nobody had a scene. It was more of him like kind of like talking. And I thought he was incredible. I'm like, he's so smart. This is gonna be great. And then
Yeah.
I made the worst mistake because I had a scene partner. She was great. She was so sweet. And but we were like, oh, what should we choose? And she's like, what about Doll's House? A Doll's House. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. That's like a very, for people that are just starting, it's like hard.
Oh,
And I was
it's
like,
so tough.
and I don't know if you remember, because I know at this point you know the teacher I'm talking about, but like, I don't know if you remember, he kind of hated not those shows. He wanted very like natural and grounded and like things that were close to the person that was acting in. So he really didn't care about like the flashy or like, oh, this is like a very intense play. He just really wanted to see two people being like, and I'm saying this in a really positive, like he was such a good teacher and I learned a lot from him. But
Yeah.
again, I was so young and I was like, oh, guys, like he's gonna be so impressed by this. So a different thing, I don't know how it was in London, but I think
Yeah.
that it was different in Venezuela and New York. When I went to school for acting in Venezuela, like the first thing you did was learn your lines. That was the first thing you did. Like
Right.
you might have like a table read and talk about the character, but then you would go home, memorize, and
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
from there you will start like explore.
You
You just know
yeah,
the
yeah,
lines,
yeah.
right? With this teacher,
Yeah.
it was the opposite, and I didn't know. So I remember going on stage with my
Yeah.
scene partner and again, I swear to God, Zoe, I wasn't showing up. I was just trying to like impress him. Like I wasn't be like, oh,
Yeah.
like I know the lines. I'm like, I want him to like me. Like he's a teacher and he's
Yeah.
old. Like so I go
Sure.
on stage and we're sitting on a chair, right? Like we're not even
Yeah.
like moving around. And then I go, I don't know, I don't even remember the line. I don't think
Yeah.
I can see that play. Like I was traumatized. I go and like say the first two lines and he goes crazy. Like he was so upset. He's like, wait. What are you doing? What are you
Right.
doing?
Right.
I'm like, I'm just saying the lines. Like, why? He was so
Mm.
frustrated. And
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know what to say. And I'm like, I just
Yeah.
remember, why would you memorize them? We haven't talked about the show or the character. Like, you haven't explored what she's feeling. Like, why do you know the lines? And
Right.
my instinct was to, which was true. So, and I started saying, like, in Venice, like, I was trying to explain this is how
Right.
like, this is what I learned.
You learn.
That's why
Yeah.
I did it, but I would do
Yeah.
it again. But he didn't even let me finish. The minute I said, well, back in Venezuela, I was trying to explain, he stopped me and he
Yeah.
said, well, you're not in, I'm never going to forget this. He said, well, you're not in Venezuela anymore. And I'm like, again, to a 19-year-old that was kind of like missing her family and crying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember I was like, okay, I don't know how I did it. I kept it together, didn't cry on stage. I was like, okay. And I shut up. And then I think a little bit he wasn't like super mean to me again, but he was, I think from then on,
Yeah.
I was on the like on his like blacklist in that class.
Oh. Oh.
And a lot of people told me like because you're new, he's
Yeah.
always tough with the new kids, and then the more you take him, you you get like his respect. The more you take him, and I'm like, sure, whatever. I do remember leaving that class.
You lost that hope of like trying, like you lost right to even
I
try.
I felt so bad. I felt like the worst actor in the entire world. I left that class. I was sobbing outside.
Mm.
He looked at me, kept walking, like he did not care. He just kept
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
And I was crying, and then all the people in the class came to me and they're like, you're gonna be fine. Like he's a little tough. And I'm like, and I remember, I don't know if you remember her, Isra.
Yeah.
Ezra came to me and she's like, it's gonna be fine. Like you're gonna like remember like this is gonna be like and it was. I actually learned a lot. I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
There's like everyone has a different way of like approaching things, but what he said made sense. I wouldn't say that to someone like a young person that's learning and traumatize them, but I did learn. But I remember one girl, she only did one semester. I don't know if you ever had a class with her because she was like there for like not that long. Catherine. She was from Chile. I haven't talked to her in years, but
Okay.
the reason I mentioned her, like she saw me crying. She came to me. She's like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" And we were like in what's the thing that you do the first day? Oh my gosh, orientation. So she was in
Yeah.
orientation with me. We started together. So we barely knew each other, but she came to me. She's like, "Are you okay?" That was my first Friday, like my first week of class. I was like,
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to go home. Like, I called my mom. She's like, you're not
Oh.
coming back. Like, you need to like just do it. And this Catherine, she was like, have you tried Amarino? And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, like the Amarino ice cream. And I'm like, no, I've never been there. She's like, let's go. Let's. I was a baby. People treated me like a baby because I
Oh
was
my
like so I was very sensitive. I'm still am, but I think I've so
Right.
many things have happened in the past few years and now I'm stronger. But at that point I was like, so I don't know. I feel like so fragile. And then she said, like, let's just eat some ice cream. She took me for ice cream. And it was
Oh,
like so, so nice. But I cried many times. And like that was like the only teacher that was kind of like mean to me. And then I never took him again. I remember when I was able to pick another
oh,
teacher, I'm like, I'm not going back to that class. I was terrified every Friday morning,
yeah.
terrified to go to that class.
Oh,
And then I remember people asking me like, "Oh, have you take this teacher?" And I'm like, "I can." And then I would tell this story. And people, it was just like funny. At that point, they were like, "You know what teacher I love? This teacher." And I'm like, "Shut up." But people did tell me, I
yeah.
think you would have changed your mind if you had like given him the chance to like take him
I
again.
think
Because
so. I think
I'm
so.
like, well, I
I
was
think
terrified.
I mean, I'm sorry you had that experience. Obviously, like it's not pleasant to go through that at all, especially during your first class. I mean, I'm like you. I think first impressions, like always counts, and
Yeah,
kind of like didn't leave you a very good taste for your first impression. But
yeah. In
I
both
mean,
ways, I think. Me and him. He didn't want to see anything that I was, well, no, I didn't. He let me go on stage at everything. And then he was a little bit more open and nice. But I think I didn't give him a good impression. He didn't
yeah.
also, so, like on me. But yeah.
So obviously now I know which teacher you're talking about. And no, honestly, when I decided to take his classes, it
Yeah.
wasn't the beginning also, because I think I kind of heard about how his style and like, him being, yeah, he has a very specific style.
He was
So,
one of the oldest teachers. So like it made sense. I think he studied with Strasberg himself. So like he pretty old and pretty,
oh, wait, then okay, wait.
so pretty like other teachers were a
Hold on,
little
hold
bit.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
Oh, so you're thinking
I
about a
was
different teacher?
debating I was debating on whether it was that one or the other one.
There's
I
two?
need, I need, wait.
What
Now
letter?
yeah, I need the letter. I need the letter.
G.
I love G. I'm so
I
sorry.
know. I know you. I know everyone loves him. And I don't want to, I don't hate him or anything. I was scared of him because that was my first acting class
I'm
in New
so
York. And I was,
sorry.
wait, what other teacher were you thinking of that
Okay,
was
okay,
not
no,
me?
no, no, I'm not gonna,
No,
no.
no, the
But
name, the letter. I need to know now.
R?
Oh my gosh, no. He was so nice.
He could be harsh.
Well, he was harsh. I do remember,
Wait, there are two R's.
the one that starts with an R that I'm actually like going crazy. It's only
Wait, am I?
one with an R.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. No, no, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking of
But
someone
that's the
else. Sorry.
one you thought that could be harsh
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. And guess what? I had his number.
I remember this. We had this conversation. That's why I thought you knew from the beginning that it was
Yes,
him.
because
He
he
loved
gave
you.
me his number and
Boy, that's
he
so
would
cute though.
say, if you have anything, give me a call anytime at
That's
all.
actually
And I
so
remember calling him once. But I wonder if it was before or after an audition. I forgot if
sweet.
I
That's
was
so
just,
sweet.
I know. So I'm so sorry you had that because I mean,
Again,
yeah,
a lot of people, every time I tell the story, people are like, you should have just kept him and you were gonna get his respect, like because you took his class many times, but he everyone said the same thing. You were on the younger side. He didn't like
right.
first semester students. And what she told me, Patricia, she was like, he hated that class because of the
Yeah.
time. He didn't like 9 a.m. classes and he
Yeah,
had to do it.
he usually does
Night
nighttime.
classes,
I wrote like 7 to 10 was
7 to
when I did
10, or like
his
10 to
class.
10. So she was like, it wasn't meant to be. Like that class is just not, she always said, I'm not trying to be nice to you, but I'm being real for that. Like it, you cannot take it personal. Like I don't think it was personal. It was like a mix of things. And
Yeah,
maybe he had a bad day, like you don't know. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. Because every time I'm like, I was so scared. People are like, what? He's so sweet. I'm like, what?
he
He
can be
terrified.
sweet. He
Yeah.
can be.
But then I saw him with other students that were like graduating that semester, and he was obsessed with them, like in the best way possible. Like he challenged them, but he was like, "You guys were so great. I have no notes." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I mean, they were great. But I was like, "Okay, how do you get to that point that he's like so comfortable with you?" Because he did
Yeah.
not. I feel bad. But I don't know. It
Yeah.
felt like so long when we were in the school, and now it feels like it was nothing. Every time I see it, it's like, oh, we were there for only like a year and a half or like 2 years.
Yeah, technically.
And I remember feeling like, oh my God, I'm ready to just like, I just want to like go out and like do it. And now I kind of miss it, which sounds so
Yeah.
cliche. Like, I miss school. But I think the fact of like seeing your friends every day when you got to like meet people and have like a group of friends, um, I kind of miss it. I remember my favorite class was musical theater. I love that class. And I
Wow.
think because of the group of people, like it was
Yeah.
so. Did you and I take, was that Diksha, the Tai Chi class? Is that like,
I
did you,
didn't do Tai Chi. I
it was so
wasn't
fun.
interested.
Well, it was crazy. So that's something I have to talk to with Diksha
I
because
really enjoy I really enjoy stage combat though.
I never took that class. I really wanted to.
It was so good. And you get obviously you get
Like a
certification
certificate.
after.
Yeah. I,
Yes.
I think Stage Combat and what was the other one? Commedia dell'arte?
Oh, I didn't do that
Media or
one
something
yet.
like those two were the ones that I always felt so frustrated that I couldn't take because they
Mhm.
were like in the afternoon and I was like babysitting. So I could never take the
Oh,
afternoon classes. I would always do morning or after
right.
babysitting, I would run to my 6 to 10. But 6 to 10 was brutal. Method acting 6 to 10,
It's
that's
yeah, it's really not easy, especially like the second half of the class at night. You're like, oh goodness, we
well, I
gotta
remember
get
some
it done.
classes. I'm very, and I think you are too. Like you're like very like you work so hard, and we're like kind of like on the nerdy side. I would never leave a class. I saw so many people just leaving
Oh
after the
yeah,
because the first 2 hours to do like method acting, like exercise.
right.
The last 2 hours you do your scenes, but sometimes you
Yeah.
didn't get to go on stage.
No,
And I remember
yeah.
just people leaving. And I'm like, wait, I actually feel like I learn so much by seeing friends or
Watching.
classes,
Yeah.
by watching them and hearing the
Yeah.
notes the teacher has. Um,
Yeah.
one of the things I do remember that happened to me with a teacher that teacher I love that made us do, I don't know if that ever happened to you. It was a method acting class, and I was doing the maids. Yes, I think that's the maids. Yeah, I have like the Spanish like title in my head. We were doing that scene, and it was a very tough scene. And my scene partner, she was from Spain, Clara, so she spoke Spanish like me. And the scene was hard, and the teacher was like, "There's so many layers to the characters in the scene." Um, and we were like, "Yeah, yeah, we know. Okay, try this, try that." Like, he was like trying to like get us to a lot of different points. And then he said, "You know what? Let's go from the beginning and do it in Spanish." And we're like, up. It was like our heads, like I had like I don't know, my mind was floating because in my head I'm like, wait, what in Spanish? Like I needed to kind of like, I don't know, it was weird. Like after just
Yeah.
talking the whole day in English, and then he was like, just do it in Spanish. And we're like, but people are not gonna understand it. Like, no, they should understand it. But whatever you're like, the
I hear
feeling,
you.
yeah,
Right.
we need to understand what's happening. Just do it in Spanish. It was
Okay.
so fun. It was insane. We were going
I'm
in,
sure.
it was so fun. But I just miss that sometimes. I think we take for granted that safe space that
Yeah.
usually school gives you, and just being with your friends, and even if it's on a class environment, you're creating every day, and
Yeah.
you're like working on your like acting, like Jose calls it, like muscles, and like you're just training. And then when you
Yeah.
go out in the real world, like you get to do a lot of additions, hopefully, in book stuff. But if you don't, like, it's up to you to just keep doing stuff on your own. But I don't know, I feel like we take for granted, and I say this a lot, even in normal school, not even just acting. Every time we
Yeah.
say, I would just want to graduate, I just want to like do stuff. And then when you're
Yeah.
out there, you're like, kind of miss the whole like Monday to Friday we were acting the whole day. We were going
Yeah.
from class to class, and
Yeah.
learning and meeting new people. And I don't know, like sometimes in New York especially, and you lived here for so long, can be lonely sometimes. So it's like it's
Right.
going to school at least gives you like you talk to someone every single day, like you're with friends every single day. And then you're not, and you're like, okay, this is the real world.
But you know what? I do agree that what some teachers always tell us is that
Mhm.
you learn the most by doing. And
Mhm.
I completely agree with that. So
Yeah.
while I was studying, I try to, go out and audition for student films, student projects. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's like one of the easier way to like
Mhm.
try and get more practical experience. And I, there are a lot of things that you only learn when you're on set. Like for example, if
Yeah.
you're doing film and TV, or, you actually learn more when you're actually doing an actual production or
Mhm.
a theater performance. And I think it's that experience. I think it's the beauty of being in New York of how you can have, while you're still studying, you can still have the opportunity to go out and do
Mhm.
those, and that is what makes it more unique, that you actually learn from the outside at the same time and bringing it back to school
Yeah.
and mixing that together to actually develop your own type of Indian, or you can call it your own technique, or
Yeah.
your own take on what you've learned.
Yeah.
Well, I
That's
think
true.
like,
It's like a balance that you get to like
yeah,
all of that. It's beautiful. No, no, it's true. I just feel like when you're in school, like you say so many times, like I just like once I graduate, I'll have so much time to do everything I want, and then you're out and you're like, wait, I have actually way too much time now, and I like kind of miss like that. I don't know, like safe environment, I guess. But no, you're right, and they did encourage that a lot. Like go do student films, and you at the end of the day, and we were talking about this, my friend and I the other day, this industry, either if it's film, theater, like whatever you pick, TV, all of it, it's
yeah,
connections. At the end of the day, like you can be super talented. You just need to be willing to meet new people and talk to people and work with other people because you really never know. Like someone
yeah,
that, I don't know, like you work with that person on a student film
yeah,
maybe was a student at the time and now he's doing other stuff and he's like actually you want to be in my movie like you really never know so you just
yeah,
you
it's
know
true.
go out and be nice because people do remember when you're not nice.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing one, I think it was one of my first student films. I'm gonna say, yeah, I think it was one of my first ones, and the production became pretty big,
Hmm.
because although it's an NYU student film, that student is already experienced. She's been
Hmm.
working elsewhere, and then but she's doing
Wow.
this program, and she had a great cinematographer, and in the end, that student short film,
Hmm.
ended up in festivals.
Wow.
So, like, I think, like you said, you just really never know
Really never know.
where it leads you to, or
Yeah.
how it takes off.
Yeah. It's like it's crazy. I remember there's this actor, I'm pretty sure this is like his story, I'm not changing a lot of it, but he was big in Venezuela. Like he did a lot of like soap operas and he did a lot of things, but he was in a movie that got into a
Mhm.
festival and
Okay.
someone in the festival loved his performance and was like, "Oh, you want to be in this movie?" And he did the movie and he was like, what's the name of that movie? Oh my God. With Mark not it's not Matt is it Matt Damon? Born? The guy
Jason
like
Bourne?
yes. Thank you. Is it Matt Damon or Mark Wahlberg? I always get confused.
Yeah.
Matt Damon. So there's one of the movies, like the I guess the villain, like one of the villains,
Okay.
he basically got the role because the director of that movie somehow saw him at a
Saw
film
him. Yeah.
festival in a movie that was in Spanish.
Right.
Like it's like you really well there's something that recently happened of Jose's friend. He was in a movie. The movie again was like in a lot of festivals and got nominated. It's called Simon. It's like about kind of like the Venezuela situation. It was a great movie. And the actor who plays the cop, he had I would say maybe two or three scenes. Like not even
Okay.
like he wasn't the main character at all, but he's like a big name in Venezuela, especially, or like at least in the South American community, Latina community, and he did this, he was great, his scene is he actually went to Strasbourg and he loves this teacher because we had this conversation. He's like, I love that. And then like, okay, whatever. But he did an amazing job in the movie. Again, two scenes, the movie, a lot of festivals, got a lot of like nominations and different awards in Spain and everything. And he booked a job out of it. Like somebody called his agent. And this is like an
Okay.
old actor, like not even like our age, like old, like in his 60s or early 70s, okay? He
Okay.
got a call, like, we saw you in the movie, and we want you to do exactly what you did, like that character, like that energy we needed for the show we're producing. So I
Yeah.
can't remember the country, but I do remember like it's like in Europe somewhere. They took this actor for months to film a TV show. I think it's
Uh-huh.
I think it's HBO. It's insane. And I'm like,
Well,
what? Like, and it was he did a movie and somebody saw him and thought this is the guy that I want. Same
yeah.
with this girl, what's her name? Rachel in West Side Story. She got the Hunger Games, I think without auditioning, because the director of the Hunger Games saw her in West Side Story and said she could play this role. Like, I want
Yeah.
her in the movie. Like, you really, and it doesn't have to be like West Side Story is like on the kind of like, yeah, Hollywood, like big. But these other things that I'm mentioning are on film festivals, and some
Right.
random person saw them and thought, you know what, I kind of want them in my project. So, like you said, like you
Yeah.
never know what a student film or just like like an independent film like you and your friends are making, like what
Yeah.
that can take you or the project. Like you really, really never know.
I mean, yeah, the New
Do you
York
think like the
experience.
industry in Hong Kong, because something I do admire, and then we always talk about like I know you're right now currently living there for now, but when you just went to visit your family in Hong Kong, it was really funny to me, funny in a good way, that I'm like, she's
Yeah.
on vacation and she's working. Like, why? Like that's crazy. Like you were always, if you go there, you're like doing commercials, like you were always doing stuff. And I'm
Well,
like,
I
how?
try. Well, I think the thing was even while I'm in acting school, I
Yeah.
try to get more practical experience, like I
Mhm.
mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Like I think it's very important that in order also, firstly, you get to see, like you get to practice your craft, and also at the same time, you kind of see whether you're able to cast and things. You know,
Right.
that's just my mentality of
Yeah.
how it should be. Hence, like whenever I'm, let's say I was back in Hong Kong for vacation, as you mentioned, I would still try and see if there's any opportunity for me to like go for an audition or,
Yeah.
try and see if I could book any gigs. I think it's very important to also test the market in somewhere
Yeah.
else.
But that's what I was saying earlier too when I was like introducing you. Like you're one of the most hardworking people that I know because you're always, always doing something. Even if you yourself like don't feel you're maybe doing all the things you want to do from the
Mhm.
outside, not just people that love you, just like from the outside, you're always doing stuff. Like even
Yeah,
like well, Zoe and I always are always sending each other like voice notes like every single day, even with the 12-hour difference, we're always
yeah,
talking. And these once a week, you're like, yeah, I have to like film this. Oh, I have to study for this thing I'm filming in 2 days. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you're always, always working. Either because like, I don't know, like you know people there, or because you're like always getting stuff because you're like looking for it. And it's like I respect that a lot because not everyone does that. You work so hard to get all these things, and I hope you know that people like love you and admire you so much for it. Like I do,
thank
I
you.
remember like even talking to you about like auditions and something that did, I don't know if you remember this, but we were talking one day and in my head in the beginning, I was like, you learn your lines, you know what
Mhm.
the audition is, and you like prepare it as much as possible, and then you
Right.
go for it. And
Yeah.
then I remember, no, but I do remember you specifically were the one that said you do the research. Like, if you have the names of the people that are going to be part of the project or the people that are going to be in the room, you like
Yeah.
to find, and that I never forgot. Since then, every time I have an audition, even if it's
Yeah.
like a self tape. I try to like
Yeah.
find more because in my head I'm like, this sounds good. I like the like the story, the plot, whatever
Right.
they're sharing. I can do
Yeah.
the dates. This is amazing. But
Yeah.
then you said, yeah, but you kind of need to find out, like, have they done something else? Are they,
Yeah.
it's totally fine if they haven't, but you're like, if they have, what's kind of like their vibe? Like, what's kind of like the way they work?
Yeah.
Do they know other people? Do we have anyone in common? How do they? And I remember you said this to me one time. You said, if I know the people that are going to be in the room, can I need to know how they look like. So I'm not like I know I feel more comfortable when I go in the room, like I kind of like know them already. I'm like, oh my God. Did
Did I
you
say
all
that to you?
you said this to me. And it was so insane to me because I'm like, there's so many people and you have it all. You're talented, you're passionate, and you work really hard. But I feel like a lot of people are just like passionate and go for it. Like they don't
Right.
even care. They just care about the lines. Then there's other people that are really very like even if it's not like method acting, I'm just saying like they're very like
Mhm.
this is what I'm preparing for the character. And then there's other people that just do the research. Like that's like their main focus when they go to an audition. It's like I'm gonna say the same lines that 100 or more people are saying the same day, but
Yeah.
because you kind of even if you don't know them in real life, like in person, because you did your research, that
Hmm.
gives you like some sort of like I don't know, not just that it helps, like it feels like you're in the room with people that you know already. So
Hmm.
it makes you feel more comfortable. And you have all of that. You have the passion to go for it. You prepare your lines to do a good job, but then you do all of that. And I remember when you told me that, I'm like, I need to do that. Like that just changed. I remember my mind was exploding when you're like, no, I like to find if I can see this is the people that you're gonna like expect to attend. That's sometimes how they phrase it, like expect to attend the casting call. Um, you look them up and see if you can find them on social media or something so they can you could put a face with their name and then when you see them like you know them and I'm like what you do all of that every single time and you're like yeah I do and I'm like that is incredible.
So I think it's very important to, you know, do your research, like you
Yeah.
mentioned. The reason is, I think, I like to know, like you said, like I want to know like what type of things that those people have done. I
Hmm.
think that's very important because you get a vibe, you get a sense, and then
Hmm.
you can see whether you need to go kind of in that direction when you
Right.
prepare for your audition.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I sometimes it just makes more interesting conversations too, I guess,
Yeah.
when you actually meet the team or whoever you're meeting, that you kind of know what they've done.
Yeah.
And it's not you're just coming in like, haha, me, this is me. I do my audition and that's
Yeah.
it.
No, that's so smart. And you hear it a lot, even in school or like in real life. Do your research. But in my head, research meant more like has like maybe this project like is it an adaptation? Like just more about the project that the team behind it. And that's a lesson I learned from you. Like, no, you need to do your whole research. Like you need to understand every aspect of the project as much as you can. Sometimes there's really no information, so you can't do anything about it. But because we have like so many tools right now on social media and just like internet in general, like you
Yeah.
are able to find so much information you don't even know. Like actually, like yesterday, something happened to me. I was like, well, our friend in common, Caitlin, she's always like saying, cold emails right now is the way to go. Like you really never
Mhm.
know who can answer or whatever.
Yeah.
So yesterday, I'm sending like a few cold emails to like some people that I wanted to reach out to.
Yeah.
And I was being very Zoe. Like I learned my lesson and I was like doing my research on every single of these people. So I emailed these two people together and it was so funny and like the small world, like you said, like you really never know if you
Yeah.
know them or there's something that you could add to make it different than other people because you
Yeah.
kind of like yeah, you did your research. So
You do your
yesterday
research.
I did research yesterday. I'm just like I wasn't even trying to find this and it was just out of nowhere. Thank you, internet. Like I was looking this name and then it came to me on my search list that I already like clicked this link and I'm like, wait, what is this? So I clicked it and it comes up like I used to have a profile on casted talent. I mean, there's so many acting platforms like Backstage,
Yeah.
Access, Casting Networks. There's so many. Casted talent, I had it for a while, but then I didn't use it again because I didn't find anything. So like whatever. But years ago, when I used it, I did this audition that I whatever didn't hear back from it, but I auditioned for this project for a pilot that didn't get picked up, but I was excited to audition for it. It was a Latino role. Long story short, like I don't remember the casting director's name. Like, why would
Yeah.
I remember? Like, there's so you hopefully you're auditioning a lot for many things, so you really can keep track of all these names. So I this was years ago. So yesterday I'm looking up information, how to like reach out, what should I put in the email to keep it like because you guys know and Zoe knows I talk a lot. So I'm like, how can I keep this short and professional, but also like give it an edge so I can kind of like I don't know like stand out somehow or whatever. Um
Yeah.
so I'm like looking it up and then I found this name of this audition that I did years ago and it was the same casting director that I was reaching out to and I'm like oh, I auditioned for this person and I didn't even know. So I
See?
started my email like probably she doesn't remember me like I don't know like this was years ago but I'm like this is a good way of saying kind maybe again she doesn't know me
Right.
but she doesn't maybe remember that she knew like I don't know so I was like yeah like I auditioned for you for this project for each like I made it sound like best like we're best friends so I just want to be back
Yeah.
in your radar but I just thought it was so interesting because I'm like this is like exactly what Zoe said when you do your research you find things you can use for cold email
Connection or
audition
even just,
whatever
yeah. But
it's
the
like
connection meaning is that there's something that you and that person have in common, like that type of
right
connection, and not to be like we're besties, obviously not like
right
that,
right
but
right right but it gives
and
you
I
like yeah go
and and like you said, you'll be surprised how many people you have met through auditions before. And because let's say like I also like another thing is I might go through my emails.
mm-hmm
If I find certain names, I'm like, hey, do I have I met that like even not in person, have I virtually spoken to that person before? I go through my emails, I might go like, aha, that person might be producing for a certain thing or that I auditioned for, or maybe I met that person.
right
And the funny thing is how I landed my the latest agent that I have in New York.
okay
So I went to a workshop, like
okay
a paid workshop.
mm-hmm
I specifically did my research on that agent.
mm-hmm
Um, I did my research on the company she's working at, the agent, and then I was like thinking, okay, I want to give it a try because it's also New York based and it's also LA based. They
wow
have offices in both
that's
places.
amazing
So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go do this workshop because I want to be seen.
right
Like that was really my purpose. I did a scene, I think it was yeah, I did a scene for her. She gave a feedback. It was a 2 week type or 2 lessons type of thing. The
and that
second
was in
lesson,
person right
yeah, in person.
I love it
So after that workshop, she was very kind. She left her email and then she did say, I mean, she kept it open. So I sent a
nice
thank you email. And then I also reminded her, obviously, like, what I did in the class. And I said, I am looking for representation, if you're interested in, meeting up or even doing this partnership. And then she reviewed everything, afterwards, that's how I landed my latest agent in New York.
that's crazy you
And
really
she's
never know
amazing.
yeah wait I love how long have you been with this agent for a long time
At least I want to say 2 years,
wow
maybe.
that's great
And, that was actively 2 years. And while I'm still away, whenever I see something that's New York related or whenever I
yeah
have to go back for work reasons or other reasons
of course
in New York, I will always check in and say, hey,
I'm
I'm
here
back.
right
I'm back in the city um, for however long. If
Hmm.
there's anything, see relevant and if you're interested in submitting me, she said, yep.
Right.
So,
That,
it's
that's
about the
great.
communication as well.
And that's great in the
Obviously
world
a
where,
notice.
right, but and there's also like so many like self tapes. Like and you have the chance like if you land something or they want to see your callback, whatever, you can just travel and come and do it. But because of the self tapes things, even when you're in Hong Kong, you can audition for things in New York and LA, which is great. Before people didn't
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah, technically you can, yeah.
That's amazing. And it's hard. Getting an agent is hard. And the fact that you have one that is New York and LA, that's amazing.
Well, she doesn't really manage the New York side. I mean the LA side, sorry. But, it's just that I think when you're looking for agents, if obviously it's obviously the best if you can look for an agent who is or their
Yeah,
casting office has a wider range,
right.
like in terms of the area. But honestly, as I know a lot of people would feel, I'm just thankful to have a good agent.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
it.
Yeah, yeah. And then you have communication with this person and that you like, then that's really, really important. I love you
Mm-hmm.
so much. I know this
Oh,
is it's so late over there, so I want to finish with our questionnaire. I don't know how to
okay.
say that word. It's actually really funny that I wrote it down and I'm like, guys, I don't know how to say it, but wait. I'm gonna put it this here. Give
The
me
Q and
one.
A,
You what?
or maybe you should just say Q&A.
The Q&A. Oh, but Q&A feels more like a,
The
well, actually,
questionnaire is more like a
it's just a questionnaire though, because it's like I
okay.
would wait, no, actually before saying that I just remember I don't know if you were any of those classes with me at Strasbourg, like now that I'm saying this about my English and accent, and I've been like I it was worse. My accent was very thick and
Yeah.
no, no, it was crazy. And I'm still learning. I'm learning every day. But in school, and I was writing it down the other day for something I'm writing, and I was like laughing. Jose was like, "Oh, that's so sad." And he was like, "Did that really happen to you?" I'm like, "Oh, oh yeah. All these three things happened to me in school." So I in a class, and this was not like performing or anything. It was just like we're talking. It was a group of us. I don't know if you were there. And in English, when you're learning English in Venezuela, they tell you that the U, like letter
Mhm.
U, you pronounce it as you, right? So
Oh,
when
okay.
you're learning kind of like pronunciation, you put it together. I said
Yeah.
something like, I think there was gonna be like something at someone's house. So people were asking like, what should I bring? So chips, blah, 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 blah. And then I go and say something like, oh yeah, chips. And I said, I'm not kidding. Hummus? So they're like, what? Like so confused. And I'm like, hummus.
Hummus.
And they're like, hummus? And I'm like, wait, isn't the you like you? Yeah, I know, but like, well, English doesn't make sense. And I'm like, okay. And then I did a monologue for musical theater for the audition and for the class. I can't remember from where it was from, but I was talking about cutting and eating a bagel.
Okay. Yeah.
Bread, right? But at the time, again, like I was very confused about a lot of English stuff. Um, and I kept saying beagle. And I know, so I cut my beagle and I put cream cheese. So I could see people laughing. I don't think in
Yeah.
a mean way. Like I didn't even feel
Yeah.
embarrassed, but I was like, I'm so funny. Like this monologue is funny. Like that was what I was.
Aw.
This is funny. So I'm cutting a beagle and eating this beagle and the beagle, beagle, beagle. And then Jeffrey goes like,
Yeah.
I am pretty sure you're not trying to say you cut and ate a dog. And I'm like,
Oh.
what? And he's like, bagel. And I kept saying beagle. Like in my something when you're learning English that you really
Yeah, it's
don't
the
hear
sounds.
the
Mhm.
difference. It felt weird because I feel everyone around me and that Strasbourg, like it was not just people from the US, like there were people like you, like from Hong Kong, India, there were a lot of people from Brazil. Like I met
Yeah.
so many different people from different like backgrounds and cultures, but everyone's English was so good. And I'm like, what the hell? Like what guys, like I did not English in my school, like it wasn't like a big thing. My mom paid for like a English school on Saturday so I could learn a bit. And then I got to New York, like, I know how to speak English. It's gonna be fine. And then I'm like, actually, maybe not. Maybe not. But whatever. It's fine. We're all learning, right? But we still have to end with my questionnaire.
Okay, great.
Okay, so it's a few questions, but it's all like books or movies or TV show related. Like it's really not like you can just pick whatever it's easier for you. It's just yeah, things that you read or watched that you love. And are you
Okay.
ready?
I'm so
Okay.
scared.
No, no, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, book or TV, movie, whatever. Book you pretend didn't emotionally destroy you.
Emotionally destroyed me?
Yeah. Like you thought, like, whatever, I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna watch this, and then like, wow, I'm traumatized now. But
I
you
think
know
not.
that it, yeah.
Can I say something that not destroyed in a
Okay,
sense, but
of course.
more um like I felt like it was a powerful piece of writing. Like that type
Okay,
of
yeah.
like I think it affected me as in like, wow. Firstly, I went through that book so quickly
Which one? I want to know.
and um it just flowed very well. Like
Okay.
that type of impact. And the ending was like
Mm-hmm.
that it gave me that.
Okay, so wait, that matches with a question. What is it?
Okay.
Now I wanna know.
I didn't watch the movie, by the way. Like, I did
Okay.
not watch the movie. I only read the book, The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh gosh. No, I didn't read the book. I watched the movie, and that destroyed me. That's actually perfect for this question. No,
Okay.
that's a hard. I can't even
It was,
imagine reading the book because the movie goes by like so fast and then it's over. With the book, it's like I can.
I think that's one of the books that I picked up and I just
With the
want to
bride.
go through it quickly and I did. It made me it just the power of it of that writing it just made me want to quickly finish it and
Mhm.
with that ending I was like
I didn't know anything about I knew just the plot, didn't know the plot twist of the end. And when I watched the movie, I was like sobbing. Like I couldn't move. I watched it in the movie
yeah,
theater and I'm like, I can't move. I
yeah,
can't.
I
So
couldn't stop crying after reading the book too.
no. I haven't read the book. Maybe I should read it because I watched the movie like many, many years ago. So like maybe.
Mm,
Okay, no,
mm.
that's the perfect answer. Okay, character you're still not over from a book or show or movie.
Characters I'm still not over. Wow, this is hard.
Wait, no. And if it's like no, pass, you can pass. Like it's fine. Like it's not like we have to like answer every single one of them. I don't know if it was one or two friends that almost all of their answers were Harry Potter related. I'm like, guys, like everything was Harry Potter. But no, we can pass. You want to pass it?
No. Can, it's gonna be a little bit like I think unexpected, but maybe that was just the first thing that came up to my
Yeah,
head.
no,
I'm just gonna
it's
say it.
supposed to be like the first thing that you think, and it's fine if it's random or like out of nowhere.
Okay. Gamora in Marvel.
Oh wait, I kind of love that. I
Because
love
I was
that
like,
from Guardians of the
what?
Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
The
But
green
more
lady.
of obviously in not in Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but
Mhm.
more in the what's it called again? The end game.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, that's a great.
Yeah.
Oh, because you love superheroes. That's something we also have in common. You love Marvel,
Yeah,
right?
I do.
Yeah, yeah,
I do like superheroes. So I'm
yeah.
like,
Okay. Wait, no,
Gamora.
that's a great and unique answer. I kind of love that. I was expecting that you would say something about Harry Potter, so I do love that you said something about Marvel. I love
Yeah, I
that.
don't know why that just popped up in my head.
I love it. Okay, a villain you would defend in public.
This is very difficult.
Every time I talk about the Q&A or the questionnaire, I'm like, oh, it's easy. It's just like, about characters and movies and
No,
films.
it's not.
Every single time people are like, Christina, it is not easy.
It's not easy. So, and I'm going to talk my thoughts out loud. I think that would keep
Yeah, that
the
helps. Yeah.
podcast a bit more interesting also. Um, I wonder if I would defend the Joker.
Okay. A specific Joker or like just the Joker in general?
Heath Ledger
Oh yeah.
Joker. But at the same time, I'm like, as a character,
Hmm.
and as a Batman lover, will I really want to defend the
Yeah.
Joker?
I didn't know you
So
were a
it's like,
Batman lover.
yeah, I love Batman.
Love
So
Batman.
it's like, ooh,
Oh, that's one of my favorite villains. So
yeah, exactly.
such a good
And
villain.
specifically, that character was done so well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not all Jokers,
Right.
but specifically the Heath Ledger Joker.
You would defend. I love that answer and I love that character, so that's perfect. Movie or book or TV show you quote way too seriously.
I quote way too seriously.
I mean, you're not
I
that
don't know if
dramatic and intense, so
I actually don't know if I do that.
I don't think you do. I can say you do. I can see
I
myself
don't.
because I'm very intense about things that I like, but I don't think you would quote.
I don't.
Okay, no, that's fine. So pass. Comfort.
Well,
Oh no.
wait,
Wait,
hold on. I don't quote it, but
Okay.
I think, okay, can I just say which line in a specific film that I think
Yeah.
is, oh, there's a couple now that I think of it. I mean, I love the line where Ron in specifically Harry Potter 1, like
Uh-huh.
the Sorcerer's Stone says, "Not me, not Hermione, but you." Like that. That's
Love
specific. It's
Ron. He's
a
my favorite character.
classic. And his, oh yeah, I just love it.
Okay, wait, no, that's cute. Fictional world you would move to immediately if you could.
Oh, oh, this is tough. I I I wonder if I would say, do you know the House Moving Castle?
No.
Because obviously I watch anime too,
Hmm.
and
I don't
I
know that.
wonder if
I don't
that
watch anime, so maybe that's why, but the house, what's it called again?
House Moving Castle.
House Moving Castle. No. Where can you
Yeah,
watch that? Is it on like a
it's on
platform like
Netflix.
Netflix? Oh. So you would
Yeah,
move to that world, to that fictional world?
it's not a pleasant world, but they're trying to make it a
Oh.
better place.
Wait, that's cute. Okay, I love that. Okay, character you swear that you're just like.
Oh, I actually don't think I have one. I've been trying to figure that out. I don't think I have one.
Trying to think. For you, like a character, like a fictional character?
Yeah, I actually don't think I have one that I'm that similar to.
Um, I mean, no, I guess. I mean, you're very smart like her. You're very like Hermione, I feel like. You're very smart.
No,
No, you're
I'm
you're
not
like,
I'm not a
no.
I'm not a bookworm like her.
Okay. Wait, not now I want to okay, I'm gonna think and I'll text you later. Like now I want to know like I
Yeah,
in
I
my
actually
case, like
cannot.
I don't know if you watch this TV show, like a fictional character that every time I see it or like a friend sees it, they're like, Christina, it's like you. I don't know if you watch Jane the Virgin, the TV show.
I can't say I watch it enough, but I know.
Jane the Virgin, her character Jane, Gina.
Hey,
It's me. It's like so funny. Like she talks so much. She's OCD. She calls and sends like voice note. Like it's just the way she
oh,
is. I'm like, that is me. That's so funny.
mm,
I'm gonna think about your character now. Like I'm gonna,
okay.
and I'll text you. Okay. Scene that alter your brain chemistry from a movie or a show. Like you're like, whoa. It could either be like story-wise, like you're, oh my gosh, or like even like visually, like the way they did it, or the acting. Like just something that you were like, oh my God, why did I just watch?
Definitely, I think I would say, honestly, any episode of the Black Mirror.
Oh gosh, yes. That actually alters my brain
Like
chemistry.
any episode, every episode.
We just started watching. A lot of people told me and Jose, like, you guys should watch it. You're gonna love it. And we were so confused. the first few episodes, we're like, what are we watching? This is
Yeah.
insane. It's so good.
Especially the first few will you're like,
You're like,
what?
what is happening? It's so scary. But no, yeah, I mean, scary because some of the things are like,
It's so real,
this could
obviously.
happen. This is scary.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Okay, character death you will never forgive.
Character death I will never forgive.
Hmm.
Ooh. But I mean, it's debatable.
Okay,
I have two immediate ones that I can think of. One, I feel like you have a very common answer of of Dumbledore's death.
nobody.
No
So
way.
people that have talked about Harry Potter many, many times throughout the podcast right now, they all say Dobby.
Dobby.
Yeah, it's like I
Oh,
will never forget that. I actually, my personal that killed me with Harry Potter was Snape. That I will never I will never forgive that one.
yeah.
It was just so
Yeah.
unfair that he didn't
And it
have.
was quite, and that was more brutal.
Yeah, but Dumbledore is a great one. I haven't heard
I
it,
was
but it's true.
thinking between that
Okay.
or, but the other one is not brutal in a way because
Okay.
it's not as brutal, like in a sense,
Mhm.
is Lord of the Rings
Oh, yeah.
with Gandalf.
Yes.
But at the same
It pretty
time,
much feels like Dumbledore.
yeah, it's debate. That's why it's debatable because at
Yeah.
the same time, Gandalf comes back as the white, you know,
Correct.
the
Yes.
white. So
Yes.
it's like,
Yes. I don't know if you knew, like, I'm very new to the whole Lord of the Rings stuff because I
okay,
think I watched it when I was a kid and I was like, I don't think I like this. And then Jose was like, you love fantasy. And now as an adult, I
yeah.
think you're gonna appreciate it more. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Obsessed. I watched we haven't watched the third one actually. We watched the first two and I'm like, this is
No.
insane. This is so good. And we haven't watched the third one. I have to. I know.
The amount of times I've watched it, I think it's,
I
yeah.
love it. So see, we have you have well, is it like an obsession you would feel like Harry Potter, like kind of level, Lord of the Rings, or no? For you specifically.
It's different, but
They're
I mean,
both
I love them.
important to you. Okay,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
okay, good.
Then you should also watch The Hobbit. But anyway,
Oh, I
that's,
haven't watched,
yeah.
yeah, that one I haven't. And there's like TV shows now, like spin-offs that they're doing, so maybe I'll watch that. Okay, show you binge watch an unhealthy in an unhealthy way.
Oh,
Like, I don't know, maybe like the last show that you watched that you were like nonstop. Let's watch this whole thing.
there's a show that I keep going back to.
Oh, really? Okay. That you've watched many, many times?
Yes,
Okay.
but it's not in English.
Okay.
If they're Asian, well, no, I mean, specifically Asians would
Yeah.
possibly know the show, but I know a lot of non-Asian watch the show too. And it comes in different languages now,
Ooh,
actually.
okay.
It's called Boys Over Flowers.
I don't know.
It
I'm gonna
started
have to
off
watch it.
as a manga, actually. It was
Okay.
named for a manga, which developed into an animation. And the
Oh,
animation became it bought by Taiwan, and then they did it in a real life version. And then
oh,
Japan did it in a real life version. Korea did it in a real life version. China did it in a real life version.
oh my God.
That story in Asia is like is not unknown. Like
So, and you've seen every single adaptation? Like,
I did.
the
It's
possible.
crazy.
I did. But you know, I
And
love this Zoe. I love like obsessive Zoe. I love
but
that.
the funny thing is it's because my mom introduced me to it.
Oh, wait, that's actually so sweet. Have you watched it with her, like the adaptations? Have you watched
Yeah, I
it
used to
together?
watch it with her when I was a kid. When the
Oh,
manga when
like the original.
the
Oh,
animation came out.
is that on like all these adaptations? Can you find them on Netflix or like at a platform
I
or
think
like
only a few.
okay, book or TV show or movie that you recommend knowing it will destroy the person?
I don't read enough.
That's okay. It could be like a
So
movie or a TV show. You're like, watch it, and then like I don't know if you watch. Have you watched One Day? Anne Hathaway did
yeah.
this, and I didn't know about the
Wait, wait,
film.
wait, 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 wait. No.
It's on Netflix right now. It was an old film, but they did an adaptation, like a remake, I guess, reboot, but like as a TV show. in England, and the actors were phenomenal. And I didn't know anything about the story, so it completely caught me off guard. So I'm just like watching it, and then I'm sobbing in the end, like destroyed. And then I texted my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you love story. You should watch One Day. And then she watched it, and she like insulted me. She texted me back. She's like, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
There
why
is
would you do this to me?
there is one movie. I suddenly forgot
The name.
the name. Oh my God, I have to find it. I will find it and let you know. Let's move on because this will
It's
take a
okay.
while.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, no, I love doing that. That something that has like maybe like Titanic, like everyone knows the ending. I love doing like things like that. I'm like, if you like romance, just watch this. And my mom was like, why would you do this to me? Like,
I
you
know.
found it?
I found it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you for talking
My pleasure. At your service.
about time.
Wait, why does it
Have you
sound
watched it?
familiar? It sounds so familiar.
I think it's this one.
Is it a film or like a TV show?
It must be this one. It's a film. Um, with Rachel McAdams.
Oh, I love
Uh,
Rachel.
his name is Domhnall Gleeson.
Oh my, no, I haven't watched that then. I love Rachel. Wait, now, so now you're telling me I should watch this and it's gonna destroy me. Like you know it's gonna destroy me.
I mean, there's some things inside that will
This
feel a little bit, that will pull a little bit out of you, I guess.
Okay.
But
Hmm. I'll add it to my watch list. Again, it's a movie you said?
yeah, about time.
About time. Okay, with Rachel McAdams. Okay. Let's watch that. I'm scared. Watch One Day if you haven't.
Okay.
That's my this will destroy you recommendation. Okay, we're almost done. Show you wish you could watch again or movie for the first time.
So difficult. Why are these
That,
so difficult?
I thought they were so easy, but every time I ask, people are like, Christina, this is actually hard. I'm like, I am so sorry.
Um, actually,
To me, it's like every single thing that I watch, I'm like, I wish I could just watch it again. And I forgot about it.
for the first time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Roald Dahl books.
The what?
The Roald Dahl books.
I don't know those.
Have you never read any of the Roald Dahl books?
No, I never heard of
They're,
them.
they're like kids books. They're like for
Oh,
they're,
that's cute.
you've never read any Roald Dahl books?
No, wait, actually, let's look it up. Let me.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, like Matilda. Is it Matilda? Am I? No.
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Well, I didn't read them. I watched the movies. I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
I read them.
So they're books. They originated
Okay,
from
okay,
they
fair.
originated
I was
from
like, I
books.
haven't read those books. No, no, no. Okay. Yep. I thought
Obviously
when you
now you
said
can tell now you obviously can tell our age difference, but
no, 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 no. I think it's because when I heard what you said, I thought it was the title. I didn't even realize it was the name, like the or the last name of the
so
author.
Roald Dahl is the author. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. So in my head, I'm like, I've never heard of those books. But now when you said Charlie, I'm like, oh yeah. I
Yeah,
watched
Charlie
them.
and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, the BFG.
Oh wow.
Um,
The thing is I didn't read a lot of books when I was a kid. I got into reading more on my like teenage years because of school. It was like
right.
mandatory, so I had to like so I kind of like I feel like I skipped a lot of those like little kids books, which I hate
Right.
that I skipped that. Um but yeah, I think I just like jumped right into like I'm gonna watch the movie of Charlie and Matilda. But okay, no, well that's like that's cute. I mean, when you're a kid and everything, like just to like read it for the first time again. I feel like that with every single book or show or movie that I watch or read, I'm like, ah, I wish I could just forget about it and watch it again. That's like me with
And
every single thing because I'm that insane and intense. Okay, last question. Are you currently in a fictional like obsession? Anything that you like you can stop thinking about something you just watch or yeah, or read or listen to?
yes.
Oh,
But yet again, it's an anime.
that's okay. I know a lot of people that love anime. Like I don't particularly like have found like something that I love, or connect with, but I know so many like Jose San Luis loves anime, so
It's a show which is on Netflix called The Solo Leveling.
I haven't.
It's actually really cool if you want to give it a
Um,
try.
I should give it a try. A lot of people told me that I should watch, sorry if I'm mispronouncing this,
That's
Arcade.
fine.
Arcade.
Arcade. Oh yeah, yeah.
A lot of people were
Arcane. I
like
think it's Arcane.
they were like, you should watch this to kind of like get into it. I'm like, okay.
Arcane is an easy watch for you, yeah? For
It's
it, I
an
mean, it's
easy
not
watch.
because it's already not very it's a very I guess it's a westernized animation
Got
in
it.
a
Okay,
way.
okay, okay, okay,
That's
okay.
how I see it. That's how I see
Okay.
it.
No, fair, fair. I have to watch it. I think I want to get into it because a lot of people told me that it's really, really good. And not just this show, like in general. And I would have to watch it in the original language with subtitles. I just hate not sub,
Yeah.
sorry, dub. I can even I think that's my problem. A lot of animes that people show me are like dub in English or other things, and I'm like, I can. I can.
No, I
I need
think
to
Arcane is in English. That's the thing.
no, but I'm not saying arcade. I'm just saying like in general with
Oh,
anime. Like a lot of people when they show me stuff, I'm like, why are you watching this in like Spanish or like I can't. I have to watch it like in like the
the
original
original.
language.
Yeah, same.
And
That's
I
for
guess
me too.
that's why it's hard because it's like so fast. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
I have no time to like read the subtitles and I get it. But I should get into it. I know a lot of people that love it. But that was the last question. I so
Yay.
grateful you did this. It's poor, like it's midnight over there, and you work
That's
so hard
okay.
and wake up so early. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being in episode 8. I'm really, really
Thank you
grateful.
for having me.
Of course, I love you so much. I'm gonna stop the call here, but don't hang up so I can like actually say goodbye to you.
Okay, okay,
Okay?
okay.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you.